Josh, Jordan, Rob, and Luther from Olds College Turf Management Program. Today we're going to be presenting Ciirus software as developed by Rainbird. Now, why we are creating this map is to provide a visual presentation on how our heads run, as well as to individually operate them. Essentially, this presentation will hopefully help you get the most out of this software.
Alright, now we're going to go and we're going to open up our map. Just got to get rid of this tab down here. We're going to hit up and open up our map. It's right here on this icon. So here's our map now. So I'll just zoom out a bit here so you guys can see. Alright, move this over. So here's our map of our Delacour golf course. Zoom in, zoom out, and this is our panning to move around the map. So to zoom in, you click on the zoom in button, you scroll over the area you'd like to zoom in on, and let go, just like that. To zoom out, you just click on the screen. In the pan, you just grab wherever and slide. So we'll zoom in here on hole 1, right on our green. And these are all of our sprinklers that we have set up, and this is what we're going to be showing you guys how to do. And we'll slide over down the fairway, so we've set this up on the whole entire hole for hole number 1.
Alright, so to navigate through the course, after we just zoom out here, we're going to be working on hole number 17 as we haven't filled it out yet. So pan over there, and you can see that we haven't actually identified the hole yet. So to do that, we go into Data Builder, which is that tab there, and we choose Hole Marker. As you can see on the other holes, they're all marked. So we click near the hole, as it just gets messy if you don't. So label the hole, make sure it's highlighted, and you just do that by clicking on it. So to label the areas on the hole, you just click again near the area you want to mark. And to identify and get through the course, you actually just scroll through based on those hole markers. So you click the flag, type in the area you want to go to, and it just zooms in on the hole marker like we just set. So all the holes are set up like that. So to label the actual hole, as I was saying, you click on the green, make sure it's highlighted on the hole you want to be on, so it labels which hole you're actually on. As you can see, it says green 17. So you can't click it a whole bunch of times, so you can't have like 3 17 greens. So you just go through all the tabs at the top and label each area accordingly. So fairways, again, don't put it on the fairway, as it just gets messy when you're labeling heads. So add our surrounds, and then last but not least, our perimeter.
So once you have input all of your areas, we will zoom in on the green and show you guys how to set up the sprinkler heads for the areas. So we will show you with our perimeter heads. So now that we have our perimeter head area highlighted, we will go to the pointer arrow, highlight that P so that we are selecting the areas, go to the existing tab, add existing stations, and again make sure that P is highlighted, and then begin selecting the sprinkler heads that are assigned to that area. So we will click on sprinkler 1, which will bring up 1A, 2A for our second sprinkler, and 3A for our third sprinkler. So once you have added those in, if you did happen to mess up in selecting the wrong sprinkler heads, you can actually move those markers to their proper areas. So we will go up to the little arrows in the tab section, and we'll grab the marker and move it to the proper area where it needs to be. And once you have set up, prior to this, all your sprinkler heads, you can't add any more stations than you already have preset. So we only have 3 set for the perimeters, so that means we only have 3 heads on that green. So now we will do the same for our greens heads. When you go, because the sprinkler heads are beside each other, you can't actually put the markers on top of each other. So ensure that that greens head is selected, and then put the markers out a little bit further from their heads to get around this. Once you have put the markers, as many as there are green heads, you can move the markers to the actual areas to get around being able to put them on top of the markers initially. And if you need to move that green, the G, for the area, just to make it less cluttered, you can also move that around. So we will move all those areas into the proper locations. So now we will go down to the fairways, and we will show you guys how to mark the fairways, which is quite similar. So you will select the pointer arrow, you will click Add Existing Stations, make sure that F is selected for fairways, and start selecting the sprinkler heads. Now with ours, we have paired our sprinkler heads, so you're going to skip every second sprinkler head and click on the one after. So you will go around and you will just click on every second sprinkler head on that hole or on that fairway. So now to actually link those and pair them as if they were paired on the course, you click on Add Rotors, and then click on the original sprinkler head and link it to the one next to it. So now, as those sprinkler heads are paired out on the golf course, they are now paired on the map. So when you turn on the one sprinkler head, it will also turn on the sprinkler head that it is paired with on that fairway. So you will go through and link all of them as if they were done on the course. So now, if you accidentally missed a sprinkler head and you need to add one, you can go to the Stations tab, select Station A, and then this little note will come up, and you can just disregard it as it just tells you the parameters of putting it over top of another marker or not. So then you hit OK on that, and then you can go, and it will not allow you to set a station out of its area or on top of a previous marker. So we will select the area that we want to add the station for, and then hit OK, and then the station will appear, and you have created a new station for that area. So now if you wanted to delete it, you can hit the X, click on it, do not remove from the database, but just hit yes, which deletes it off of the map. And so now we will go through running ahead. So we will go to the menu and we will go to the Course Monitor tab, and we will zoom in on the green to show you what a running head looks like. So you'll select the pointer, you will right click on that sprinkler head, and then you can select this, which gives you the options in that sprinkler head, so you can work on it, adjust the run time, and see what sprinkler heads are, or what sprinkler nozzles are in that rotor. So then to actually run it, you left click on it, and then this little page will come up. You can press up or down for the amount of minutes you need, press the check mark, OK, and the sprinkler head will begin running. which the little red circle will show. And then up in the top corner there's a bar, and that will tell you how many gallons per minute your irrigation system is outputting at that moment. So to stop the sprinkler head, you left click, hit the little red square, and it will stop the sprinkler head out on the course. And so that is how you assign sprinkler heads to the areas. So now, just as a last note, we will show you guys how to change the label of a sprinkler head in case you want to add a note or change a note. So you will click on the pointer, you will right click on that sprinkler head, not left click, but right click, which brings up this menu. Go down to edit label, and then you can just type in any note you need. So if a sprinkler head was leaking, you could type in, this head is leaking, and then it will leave that there, and you can go back and fix it so that you don't forget that the head is leaking.
Okay, so in conclusion, again, Group 4 presenting Ciirus software as developed by Rainbird. Just hoping that we are able to help you get the most out of it, specifically by labeling areas so that you can navigate holes accordingly. Again, just so that you can input stations and add additional rotors on top, or a rotor on top. And basically just get a great visual representation of which heads are running and how much they're outputting, and of course marking any heads if they need any maintenance as well. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps in the real world. Have a good one.